Hello friends, and welcome once again to Trials of Imorah. Here's the second devlog. I didn't completely forget about it yet. We actually made the Halloween deadline, so happy Halloween to all of you guys. So let's quickly go over what is in the new build, what other things I've been working on recently, and perhaps most importantly, what are the goals moving forward, probably over the course of the next month. So first of all, with the Halloween update, the new quest is done. I don't want to show you all the specifics of it to try to encourage people to actually download and test things out, but the new side quest is in the 4th level here that I'm walking around, and basically it gives you reason to go into this deep, dark sewer area. I got to... Oop! There's enemies here. It basically gave me another area to implement the lighting system, which was previously seen throughout the 3rd level, the deep, dark cove. Of course, you have multiple options for light. You can launch fire spells if you want. You can throw bombs repeatedly to let you see for a minute. But hopefully people will find the... Ooh, if I can find it. There it is. Hopefully people will be able to find the light tome, which will make traversing this dark area much easier. It basically just lights up the area for 3 minutes. Ooh, ow. I want to add more items that project light rather than just this one spell, for multiple reasons. Obviously, it would suck if the player just misses this one, because this one is just for purchase back in level 3. Definitely missable, so I want to give more options for the player to be able to see in dark areas. I'm thinking probably a dedicated one that behaves similar to the familiar that follows you, but is dedicated specifically to shine light on things. This one emits some light, but not as much as the light spell. Or the shine tome, rather. So yeah, we got this dark area. Again, I don't want to explore all of it. You get to explore this place for the new side quest. You can drop down here, and it is like quite an expansive area that I expanded for level 4. And yeah, I hope you guys download it and take a look at it for yourself. To start the quest line, just go... We'll get to the city in level 4, and then hit up the Guild of Synergy, the Guild of Mages here, and you'll find what secrets are inside. Moving on from that, there's a couple of new items to talk about. Last time there was the pure Amorium item that I talked about. I didn't actually show it though, I realized. So here it is. This black gemstone, and when you throw it at enemies, it will have a random elemental effect. In that first case, it poisoned them. If I summon another enemy, that one will lit him on fire. Whoa! Very cool stuff. The more interesting one that I like is the Void Wand. So similar to the other elemental beam weapons that have been in the game for a while now. That's the ice one right there. This one shoots anti-magic, which notably pierces through magical shields, and also just does way more damage than the other ones. This one does 34 versus the puny 18 from the ice wand. And that's the only really new spell. Other progress that I've made recently... minor change. Spells now have their mana cost highlighted in blue in the description. I'll probably want to add a similar color highlight to damage values. I need to look more how to do that, because the mana one, I did like a generalized implementation that it basically reads the description and checks if it talks about mana, then it changes the color value, rather than explicitly putting the color change in the text of the description. because that would require me to go back and edit every single item, which maybe I'll do at some point, but for now I just did the generalized one. A lot of the descriptions are phrased differently, so just doing the same thing for the damage values isn't as easy, but I'll maybe figure out something at some point. Minor detail, but I thought that looked nice. Another thing was I did changes to the quick item menu. Quick item menu. I also haven't shown that ever, or mentioned it at all in the Discord either. This was in response to some playtesting from some of my friends. They hated scrolling through the hotbar on the right side of the screen, right? And they wanted a way to quickly use items. So they suggested having a key to hold down and then have a quick menu. So that's why I implemented. If you hold down the F key, then you have these 8 slots that come up, and then you move your cursor around, right, to select one of them. If you want to cancel the action, put the cursor back in the middle by the player, and then release it. So I designed it this way because I had some concerns about just hitting a button to use an item. Notably because a lot of items you use the mouse to direct how you use it. Like, it has a directional component to it. It's not just a button click, right? So the compromise that I came up with is you just can't use directional items. Sorry about that. But there are a lot of items in the game that don't require directional input. So I can equip all the potions, which is done by just picking up the item stack and then clicking on it. The item stack isn't actually moved into it, it's just referenced in the menu. But then it'll actually pull the items from the stack back in your main inventory. So yeah, you have potions that you can use. There's a couple of different spells, like the light casting Shine Tome, or you can summon a familiar, or you can make a shadow clone of yourself, or you can make an earthquake, or you can read a lore book. I just discovered a bug, that's cool. What just happened? Okay, I'll have to go back and look into that. It doesn't like reading books, apparently. You can make earthquakes happen, though. Yes, you hold down the button and then release it, and then it has the cooldown times and everything. It was fun making sure that that didn't break things. You'll see the cooldown will also stay in sync with your main inventory there. What just happened? Earthquake there, earthquake. Okay, I'm not sure if that's inconsistent. I'll have to... I might need to test that out more and look over this footage. But basically, I'm working on it. This is it. It's a new feature. Has some kinks to work out, probably. What else? I've been working on the map system, although this area does not have a map yet. It just shows a question mark. Some of the areas have maps, though. Don't you worry. There was one other major thing. Oh, right. Well, it's not entirely implemented yet, but there is now an item currently called the Trial Stone. Also currently doesn't have a sprite to it, it's just this white square. But this stone lets you rematch bosses that you've already defeated. So to demonstrate that real quick, let's run back to the boss of the first level over by Castle Scourge. We can quickly kill the big poison scourge beetle, and then summon him again and kill him again real quick. Excuse me. Okay. Where'd my stamina potions go? Am I blind? I'm blind. There they are. Okay. I'm gonna cheese this very quickly by spawning a ton of bombs. So there we go, the boss is dead. We actually can't resummon it immediately. As you'll see, we'll get a pop-up in the bottom left, try manifesting this challenge another time. So that's what we'll do, we'll leave the area and come back real quick. That was an important thing for me to pay attention to not let you rematch the boss while the boss was going on, or before you'd had ever beaten it before. Those are important things. So now that we've beaten it and we've come back, if we come back to the specific, like the exact arena, so if we stand over here, that's not going to work. It'll still say there is no challenge to manifest here. Over here, though, in the actual arena, once we click it, then it'll resummon the boss again. And right now, the boss drops the exact same items as the first time that you fought it. I don't really want that to be the case. I'm considering potentially having it drop like almost next to nothing, just having this feature in place, you know, just to let players refight the boss, because I know that's a thing they might want to do. But at the same time, that seems kind of sucky to not have them drop anything. So I don't know. I might have I might decide on some special material that rematch bosses fight. So then that could eventually lead to some special item that you can only get by rematching bosses, maybe to encourage that sort of backtracking. I'm not entirely sure though. I'll keep brainstorming that. Because again, the the boss rematching is not a vital part of the game at all. But this is just it was easy to implement, so I did. All right, I'm sorry. I got the side quest done though. I talked about I got the important stuff that I talked about before done. Don't worry about that. Speaking of getting things done, let's talk about what we're looking forward to in the future. So, over the course of November, my goal is going to be completing the new Shadow Monster enemy, which I've started. I think I've posted some stuff about it. I'll show a bit more of it right now. If you'll excuse the game engine interface. Perfect. Let's just jump into this test room, and here's the enemy right here so far. He spouts off what he's trying to do above his head, and he does a lot of stuff really quickly. Oh, and he shields, so our shield breaking spell will definitely come in handy. Oh my goodness. Yes, I'm not gonna. Woo! That's all you see of him for now. He doesn't have animations, that's the big thing. So the goal would be to add all of his animations and fully implement his AI and everything by the end of November. And that will really be hopefully the launching off point for working on level 5. Because he will be the main new enemy type, and a lot of the level design we built around him, right? So before having him done, it doesn't fully make sense to work on the level design. There's actually only one other enemy that I'm fully dedicated to implementing, and that one will be much easier because just modifying code of an existing enemy. So 2 new enemies, and then we're going to get started on all the art assets and level design, and really get things going for level 5. And just work on random stuff in the meantime also. I think that basically covers everything. Yeah, so again, build version 4.2 is on the itch.io page. The link should be below in the description. And thank you so much for your support and watching this. And if you have any suggestions, please throw them in the comments. Happy Halloween again. Hope you have an amazing night.